Here we go.
All right. Welcome, everyone. For those that don't know me, I'm Virginia. I was a past trauma ER nurse the last 5.5 years, turned more holistic, just wanting to find root cause solutions and help my clients just gain their medical independence. So, along that journey, I actually met Dr. Jess. We sat next to each other on a flight. So, that's how we met each other, flying back from a medical conference that we both were attending but hadn't met. And she just started talking about holistic health. And I was talking about looking for a collagen supplement to take as I'm pregnant. And she was like, oh, I have just the one. And so she kind of educated me on a lot of things in the company Life Vantage that she currently works for. So I wanted to introduce Dr. Jess to you guys. She'll kind of be teaching and educating on a few things this evening. So she is married to her husband, Matt. She has 5 wonderful children. She owns her own chiropractic business in rural South Dakota. So she has her doctorate of chiropractic and other certifications like acupuncture or NAET. For those that don't know about that, it's kind of like an allergy elimination technique. And she partnered with Life Vantage in 2017 and currently serves on their scientific advisory board, which is a perk because I love studying data. So she is also just really curious and always looking for ways to improve health naturally. She's passionate about this technology and empowering others to take control of their health and their life and become the very best versions of themselves. So without further ado, let's introduce Dr. Jess.
Yes, thank you, Virginia. So, as you can see, that Virginia and I have a lot of very similar interests, and our conversation was like an instant connection of just really seeing people be better and be empowered to be better and to find ways to maximize their health, if you will. So, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my story and about this company, Life Vantage. So, the kind of our motto is to take it, to feel it, and to share it. And I love this motto because I really feel like in order to be able to completely and fully share something with somebody, you have to have experienced it. You have to do the do and know what it did in you, or also see what it's done in others. And what I think is really revolutionary about this technology is a concept called activation. So we are the activation company. So there are hundreds of supplement companies where we bring something to a cell it may not have enough of, or help it detox something it needs to get rid of. But with activation, we're looking to use certain nutrients to impact the expression of our genes. So we can literally go into our DNA and flip the switches the right way. So this field of nutrigenomics, this company was at the forefront of that before that term was even something people knew what it was, right? So the ability to activate our genes and doing that, instead of taking it, you're actually allowing the body to make it. You're using the God-given pathways that we have to access a better version of yourself. So looking your best, feeling your best, and then of course having fun, making money, and making a difference, and not necessarily in that order either. So when I was introduced to this company, my hair was falling out like crazy. I had rashes on my neck and down my arm. I couldn't lose weight, no matter what I did. I always felt tired, just like had this like ongoing mental fatigue, brain fog thing going on. No matter how much I slept, I really felt like I still had this. Like I was still doing the things, you guys. I was going through all the motions. My practice was thriving. I had 4 little kids. And I just felt like I didn't have that proverbial balance between my work and my kids. Like I really wanted to show up and be a really present mom and wife. And the more I did that, then I couldn't get people into my schedule. And then the more I worked, the less of me that was left over for my kids and my family. And it was like this constant struggle of like, okay, God, like, where do you want me to be? Like, I really just wanted self duplication. No matter what I did, I didn't feel like it was enough. And that is like the worst feeling to be in, right? So when this came into my life, I saw the research, which I was familiar with because I had researched and researched. Like I was in charge of my best friends had a scary diagnosis and to help from afar. I was in charge of her nutrition. So when this came into my life, like I was already familiar with the terms. This woman, I knew she was a marathon runner, a nurse, and a flight attendant. That's what I knew about her. And she started talking to like my geeky heart, right? She was using words like oxidative stress and inflammation and NRF2 pathway and mitochondria. And anyway, so I was familiar with it, but she started talking about activation and something that was 1,800 times more effective. She was talking about synergy. And I honestly was like, what is this woman here for? Right? Like, this is going to be another baggie at the end of the week that I throw away, like a baggie on my desk with the little treats of something somebody came to see if I would sell for them. And so I asked her if there was research. She sent me research. Long story to that, shortened version of that, I finally dove into the research and I just was mind blown. Like, if this could do what the research said it could do on a cellular level, I honestly felt like a moral obligation in my heart. Like, every person deserves to hear about this. And what they decide to do with that is up to them. So I got these products in my body. And as soon as I was activated, my hair started growing back, my skin cleared, I was sleeping better, waking up before my alarm, requiring less sleep, not having any brain fog, doing like a maximized version of myself. And I really knew, like, I mean, I was taking lots of supplements, lots of high quality, sold only through physicians, high quality, do your research. My panels were good, not just good medical standard wise, but good functionally wise. It was just there was a lot of things that changed for my life. And it wasn't just the products. Like, this company is really about doing life together with a team. It is that self-duplication thing. Like, you literally get to impact other people through other people's circles. And that is so cool because your impact gets to go so much farther, so much faster. Like, in my office, every person I get to impact is one-on-one. It's me and them, and I get to make that impact. But with this, it's like ripples of people that I get to be a part of their life and bless them with something that they may not have ever experienced. So it really is super cool that you get paid to do that. And it's a lot of fun to do life with people that you actually enjoy being around and want to do things with. So with that being said, where did we start? I'm going to talk quickly because I promised to keep this short and I am a lot long-winded. I love to talk about this science and I could talk about these products for days and days and days. So we started in 2003 with one peer-reviewed published study that showed that we could lower oxidative stress on average 40% in 30 days. That had never been heard of at the time. In fact, the guy who formulated this product won a Nobel Prize for co-discovering the antioxidant enzyme superoxide dismutase. Like, this is a big deal. He had been researching antioxidants for years and years and years and years. And he formulated this using a synergistic blend of 5 herbs. So in 2003, we had this one study. In 2005, ABC decided to do a primetime investigation on the product. If you haven't seen a 3-minute clip of that, we'll get you that clip. Because even though it is old, it's still relevant. It shows the basic concept of activation, and everything that they predict in there has now been proven in third-party funded research. Like, our company didn't pay for it. ABC did this investigation, and John Quinones had a 45% reduction in just 2 weeks. And then all these major universities and institutions started doing their own self-funded research on our patented product. We now have 7 US patents, international patents, and you've probably never heard of this product. And that literally blows my mind still today. Like, I was kind of irritated that I had not heard about this and what the potential of that could be. Because we all know, as physicians anyway, what oxidative stress we know what free radicals are. We know that damage within our cells is at the root of a lot of symptoms, conditions, and diseases. So in 2009, the company was then going nearly bankrupt, you guys. The product wasn't selling. Nobody knew what oxidative stress was, and nobody knew what an activator was or what an NRF2 activator was. How was it lowering oxidative stress by 40% in just 30 days? Well, it does that by turning on that NRF2 pathway. It turns on your human survival genes. And one of those genes is your antioxidant enzyme, the antioxidant enzyme producing gene that makes it so you produce your own enzymes at a rate of 1 million every single second. Things like superoxide dismutase, glutathione, catalase. You're all going to be familiar with this science if you love science. And if you don't love science, then I'm talking like making you a little bit crazy here, but just think like we've got bad guys in our cells. Those are free radicals. And the antioxidants are the good guys. We want a lot of them. And this is just like unloading those guys within all of your cells to take care of that damage. So if you've never heard of oxidative stress or free radicals, you can go to PubMed where doctors do their research and you can see that within all of our cells, this is happening. If you're familiar with the electron transport chain, this is from complex 3 to complex 4, where we start kicking off these free radicals. And this happens in all of our cells. So you want to be able to access this on a cellular level. So we're going back to the cells. And if we create healthy cells will lead to healthy tissues to healthy organs, organs to organ systems to humans. So I'm not here to tell you that we are making any claims to diagnose, treat, or prevent any condition, symptom, or disease. But I am telling you that at the root of your cellular health, we want to look at what we can do to reduce oxidative stress and go check it out for you with anything that you have going on. Why is it so high? Over 80,000 new chemicals since the Industrial Revolution. I mean, this stuff, you guys, is just craziness. Herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, pollution, diet, our poor sleep, our high stress, smoking, nicotine. I mean, breathing makes free radicals. It's literally impossible to avoid. Everyone has it. So what does it feel like when your levels of oxidative stress get high? It starts to feel like chronic fatigue, no energy, brain fog, lack of concentration, aches, pains, sick all the time, headaches, and so much more. It's literally like I felt before I was activated, just all written out. So what is Protandim? So Protandim is using God's pharmacy. These 5 herbs, you've probably heard of them. You may even be taking them. But the beauty of this is the synergy of the blend. So the exact amount of these components in the exact ratio is what gave the huge benefit. 1,800 times more effective than taking the components separately. So you can't just go buy these and get the same effect, because that's why we have a patent. It's like having a secret recipe to something, right? You can't get the same effect just by going to get it, but we're literally turning on your ability to do it yourself. Okay, this one is really hard for me to not tell you about all of these, but I want you to know that this is here so you can look at these. Washington State University said that this product is potentially the most therapeutic and preventive breakthrough in the history of medicine. At the time of its publication in the American Heart Association, the journal Circulation, this was the only natural product ever featured in that journal. Louisiana State University did a skin cancer study that still blows my mind. There's a 10-year study done by the National Institute of Aging that showed we're the only natural product proven to extend lifespan. If I could get you to not hear anything else and you just stopped and this was all you heard was all about this and you just went and looked at it for yourself, like, this is amazing. And what I've seen in my practice with this is just as amazing as the research is. But they didn't stop there, and there's a lot more than even what I'm going to explain to you tonight, but I want to give you enough information that you're thinking activation versus supplementation. You're thinking NRF2 activation can do amazing things for all people because oxidative stress is a really big deal. And then I want to talk to you about probably one of the most relevant topics and things you hear about, and that is collagen. And I got to be honest, before this collagen came out, I didn't even recommend it because it was so sporadic what kind of results we'd get. Because collagen peptides can be huge, they can be in the wrong form, they can be not digestible by our bodies, and not great. But collagen is also the most abundant protein in the body. Without it, our cells would simply collapse on themselves. And when we first came out with this, I literally complained to all of our scientific advisory board members, like, this is a really Me Too product. Like, everybody has the collagen and it does not perform. And I was reminded of the science behind this company and the fact that we're an activation company. And I want to show you how ours is different. But it's a lot more than just your skin, hair, and nails, which is what people typically think of when they think of collagen. And honestly, the testimonies that I have that are life changing with this have nothing to do with hair, skin, or nails, even though I've got a billion of those. They literally have to do with like not getting up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, or a spouse performing in the bedroom different than they have in the last 20 years. Just there's a lot of things that this collagen does so much differently, and it's because it impacts so many different cells. And honestly, since the whole 2020, without naming anything, and the things that have resulted from that, those icky things that stick around in our bodies, they like to attach to our collagen layer of our tissues, which is why there are so many different symptoms that go along with that. Because it depends on what tissues it attached to, what kinds of stuff that you have with that. So really, some really incredible things can happen when you can get NRF2 and collagen together. Just really cool stuff. But anyway, back to what I was supposed to talk to you about, which is a little bit more about what makes this different. So one, it is liquid, and it not only supplements for collagen deficiency, but so it replenishes, but it also activates and maintains. So it turns on our collagen production, and it turns on a gene to slow down the collagen degradation. This is some pretty cool, snaky stuff, I'm telling you, when you see what's in this. 10 collagen peptides, the genes that are activated by this still are crazy. The MMP9 gene, wow. Look up that baby in regards to the C word. Some really cool stuff you're going to find on that. Changes collagen density, of course. The 10 peptides, collagen 18, this has type 18. If type 18 is present in a cell's extracellular matrix, it will not be able to divide or metastasize. So if you can figure out what kind of cell that might be, you want this in your cell's ECM, because it makes such a huge difference for what can happen when it's present. They're fish. I didn't say that either. They're hydrolyzed marine peptides. This comes from fish scales. Honestly, fish scales. Even people with fish allergies, I've had be able to take this. And hydrolyzed means we chopped up the proteins into tiny pieces so it's bioavailable and ready for your body to absorb it. They added some citrus berry extracts, honestly, mostly for the taste, because I don't know about you, but I don't really want to eat fish scales in a juice form. That sounds gross. But it also gives it a little antioxidant benefit, and does impact the elastin production. What's not in it? Why the liquid? Again, that bioavailability. This really powerful product. This is my friend Betty Dogle, and I love saying her last name, so I just said her name. Just a friend, not a patient, so no HIPAA violation. But you can see her amazing progression with activation, just incredible. Turkey necks, like, gone, right? Men and women. This on the friend here, my friend here on the left, Kim. What you can see definitely looks like she almost had like an eye lift, right? But what you can't see in this is 2 weeks. She had lost her mom about a year before this. And in that 2 weeks, she started singing in her kitchen. She got her zippity doodah back, if you will. And so again, not claims. You can think of whatever you want to, just a lot of things more than what we're seeing. My friend Sean, amazing changes under his eyes and around his mouth. My friend Nancy's thighs, holy moly, girlfriend, like crazy amount of changes. Maria's leg. These are people I know. It's not just like something that the company is selling to us. This is Dr. Kat, and she was texting this picture to her friend to show the changes in her face. And her friend's like, "Whoa, look at your hair." And so look at what her hair had for that change, and she was like happy with her face. Tons of changes. So if it's doing this on the outside, imagine what's happening on the inside. And I really like to bring people back to that. There's a synergy of our products, the components in our products. All of our products do that activation principle where we really go into the genes and turn on the genes and show what our products can do to enhance from a cellular level. Again, making those healthy cells to then make the healthy humans eventually. But these two products work hand in hand together. To the study on this, if you're into studies, I literally cried when I read this study. The genes that they studied are so powerful. It's so amazing. I cannot wait to hear what we hear using these products for years and years in people. And then our skincare line just got an upgrade. And so they look a little different now, but this is like 11 serums in one. If you just used this serum on your face, it addresses 11 signs of aging. There are 12 signs of aging. 11 of them are addressed just using this one product on your face. Such cool changes. So to go very briefly and show you every product we have, I like to use this as like my Amazon page. Like, have you ever gone shopping on Amazon? You buy something and then they're like, oh, since you bought that, you probably like this. And they're right. That's a little bit like this. Like you come in for one thing and then there's other things that you could benefit from. But I also like that we can really target what your needs are to meet them. So the other thing I want to really point out in here, we do have basic supplements, things like omegas and probiotics and prebiotics. But we have two other members of our Protandem family, Protandem NRF1, which is for mitochondrial function. That synergistic blend increases your body's own production of mitochondria. It helps repair damaged one. It helps get rid of the ones that are no longer functional and increases your body's ATP production. And it does it in 2,000 times more effectively than taking the components separately. And then Protandem NAD. NAD got a lot of buzz with the fasting world. So if you aren't familiar with that, that's like fasting in a bottle. We'll say it like that, even though it's different than that. We have a hair care line, we have a skin care line, and then we have a brain activator. And this brain activator allows the chemicals in your brain to attach to the appropriate receptors. It's like being able to throw a dart at the dartboard and always hit the center one. Such incredible stories. I can tell you about that in kids and adults. So if you're looking at the products, I would totally understand that. And we could talk about something that might be a little more suited for you, but possibly you're searching for something more. And I got to admit, I did not think I was looking for something more. In fact, I would have been the last person somebody came to and said, oh, she probably wants another job, right? I was already struggling with the in and the out. And really, this has given me the time freedom and financial freedom that my regular job doesn't. If I don't show up for my regular job, nobody's getting care, nobody's benefiting, and I'm not getting paid. And with this job, I get paid month after month for the work I did originally. And having that ability to have income come in that is revolving is incredible. And for some people, that's not something they thought they were looking for, but once you have it, it's sure nice. It's sure nice to have that income coming in that you don't have to think about. There's no assets, there's no overhead, there's no employees. You work from anywhere. I literally build this business from my cell phone, and I don't like technology. And so if I can do this from my cell phone, I promise that you can do it as well. We're a debt-free company. We rang the NASDAQ bell twice. We're publicly traded, so you can look, it's completely transparent, and you literally get paid to share the gift of activation with others. So how do you get started? You pick a pack of products for yourself to use. So you can get the biggest bundle we have, you get something of everything, which I love, and I did. There's 7 of us in our family. There were 6 then. I wish they had a bigger bundle so you could get even more product. But you can pick The most popular one is this healthy glow enrollment pack where you get NRF2 and collagen. Otherwise, it's the business pack where you get everything. And then you pick a stack. So this is what will come every month. And you can adjust what you get in this subscription. All of our products come in a 30-day supply. So I recommend you get that subscription set so you don't run out, because that is literally the biggest complaint I have from people is they let their subscription go, or they forgot to set it, or it didn't match up with the time frame with shipping and whatnot, and they ran out. And then they really start to notice things, right? So picking your products, you can change whatever's in there every month, or you can leave it. So how far you take this is really up to you. So when I first looked at this, I didn't even know how I got paid, you guys. And I've learned since then how you get paid. I know that $300 a month makes a big difference for some people, and $1,000 a month is a totally different for people, and $3,200 a month makes people have different life choices. And I can honestly say, when I look at $88,000 in a month, I think, whoa, that's crazy. So there's just, the potential is what you want to make of it and what you want out of it. And your paycheck is always a direct reflection of the amount of lives that you're impacting. So really, at LifeVantage, we take it, we feel it, and we share it, and we have fun, we make money, and we make a difference. And I just really thank you for listening today. And if you could get back to Virginia and let her know if you're interested in looking at products, you're interested in business, or maybe this isn't for you, but you know somebody that could really benefit from the products or the business, that would be super. Have a great night.